I have manifested $1,372.42 from completely unexpected sources with no effort at all. And this is in addition to my existing expected active and passive income streams. And I use two techniques to achieve this. One is the 5-5-5 technique, and the other one is a water affirmation technique. And in this video, I want to show you how I did it and how you can do the same. Keep watching. Welcome back to Choosing Gratitude. My name is Karen and I'm your co-creator today. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Remember, you can always choose your dream life right now, right here, by choosing gratitude. Click that notification bell and you will be on your way. Okay, now let's talk about how I manifested almost $1,400. There are two techniques that I used. One is called 5-5-5. What it is that you basically pick an affirmation and you write it 55 times and you write it for 5 days. It didn't work for me in the beginning. I wrote thank you for $10 million and that didn't happen. I thought back, I realized that my consciousness probably has a limit, even though I don't want to admit. To me, $10 million all at once is still a lot of money. So I'm still working on that. So I changed into a different affirmation. I'll talk about that in the end. So basically, I used my super affirmation and I did it 55 times and I did it 5 days. And I think I did it 2 rounds. And during this process, I think after I did the first time, money started to come in already. And by the time I finished 2 times, 10 days, and I started to see this really coming in as a passive income stream. And my second technique is the water manifestation technique, which I just posted a video about and not gonna repeat it. So I use that to actually boost my 5-5-5 technique. So I wanna give some credit to the person who first made the 5-5-5 technique. That's Dreams Work. Feel free to check out that channel. He has a video about exactly how the 5-5-5 works. And I really like this technique because it's very simple. And the reason why it works is because when you're writing, you're really focusing on the state of being that you would like to achieve. And actually, I did it in my gratitude journal. I always start my affirmation with thank you. I also want to point out that 5 is the number of change in numerology, okay? So when you write something 55 times, it does invoke a powerful energy of change in the universe. And when you multiply that 5 days, think about the power. And then when you take that affirmation and you do it with water, that even super boosts it. Now let me show you how exactly this unexpected money showed up in my life. And I also want to give you some pointers, some tips, so you can do the same. So stay with me. Okay, here's what I did. Step number 1 is I got very clear on my purpose of manifesting quick money. Most people are just trying to get some extra cash, and there are also people who think that they can just sit and meditate and the money will just rain down on them. I happen to disagree on that approach. I believe that true lasting wealth comes from 3 components. 1 is your mindset, and that's what we're talking about in this channel. And 2 is really business skills and strategies. I highly recommend you to go out and learn that. And the third part is a will to create massive values for the society. Because if you want your wealth to last your lifetime, you can't just sit here and meditate. And that's just my personal opinion. So when I decided to try manifesting unexpected money, I want to ask for a sign. I want the universe to tell me that my consciousness is expanding. And I know that when I expand my wealth consciousness, I apply my mindset in my business, I'm going to be much, much, much more successful and resourceful. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I do not see the following scenarios being manifest money. Number one, some kind of loans or debt, because I see a lot of people talking about manifesting money, and then it turns out to be just like a check that they received from like a student loan refund, that type of thing. For me personally, that's not a true income, because at some point you have paid that money, right? So that's essentially just your own money. And also my second criteria is that the money has to be completely legit and effortless. It can't be somebody sending you a check by mistake. And I believe in karma, and I believe that when you take something that doesn't really belong to you, sometime down the road, somebody may take money from you. So I don't want that kind of karma in my life. And also, I don't want this manifest money come from any source that caused any pain to anybody. Because sometime in the past, I worked in a bank, and I've seen how terrible it is when a bank accidentally wrote a check to a customer and gave them money that they are not entitled to. And the employee in the bank got in big trouble. And I don't want that kind of karma in my life. And so I'm not gonna count my existing income streams. And I do have active income and passive income, and both I know roughly how much I'm making. So this $1,500, $1,400 I manifest is really a fraction of that. But I need to celebrate it, because this is showing that my consciousness is expanding. It's not about a number. It's not about the amount of money. It's about a sign that the universe is telling you that you're on the right track. So that's why, you can't use numbers that are not really showing your expansion of consciousness. So let me show you what happened. About 6 months ago, my husband and I took a business course, and we really liked it. So we said, well, let's create a video to just talk about how we feel about the course. And if somebody happened to want to buy this course, we sign up as an affiliate for that course. So my husband really is the person who's less camera shy, and I'm more camera shy. And at the time, I never thought I would be making videos myself. So I said, why don't you make the videos? I just write the script. So I wrote the script. The video came out horrible. I'm embarrassed to even tell you where this video is. And we uploaded the video, we completely forgot about it. And what this video did was that it really inspired us to create YouTube videos, especially for me, because I've always thought that I don't look good on camera. I would feel really weird, very unnatural in front of a camera. I never wanted to make a video. And of course, the video didn't get any views, and of course, nobody would buy anything from this video, right? So 6 months passed, and we completely forgot about this video. And then I started my 555 technique. I started writing, thank you for unexpected, immediate, and infinite abundance in my life. And that changed everything. So I wrote this for 5 days, and I stopped. 2 days later, I suddenly got an email from PayPal and said, so-and-so send you $200. I was like, what is this? And then I realized that it is actually from that video we created 6 months ago to promote that business course. And I was completely shocked. For some reason, the video suddenly got a lot of views, and maybe because we were so shaky, people kind of liked how authentic that looked. I don't know. We just started making money from that particular video. And then money just kept coming in, and I just took a screenshot of this particular endeavor. It gave me almost $1,400. This was with no effort, with no inventory, with nothing, and this is not anybody's mistake. It's not a loan. This is pure manifested money. And also, in order to maintain the result of that, I started to do my water affirmations, which I mentioned mentioned in my previous video. I'm just gonna put a link up there so you can just go check it out yourself. So how can you do the same? Number one is to be very clear on what you're trying to achieve. Not just clear on the amount of money, but also truly want this to be a sign from the universe, not just for you to get some quick cash. Most people want the quick cash, will only get the quick cash, but they're not getting the blessings from the universe. So aim at the blessings from the universe, the abundance, the wealth consciousness, the expansion of your mind, not the quick cash. That's my number one tip for you. And number two is when you're writing your affirmations, make sure you incorporate thank you, the gratitude component, and be truly grateful. If you're asking for a certain amount of money, make sure that it's somewhat realistic. Or if you don't know what is a realistic number, maybe just use infinite abundance, or show me a sign that my wealth consciousness is expanding. Trust me, that is more important than manifesting $1,400. And thirdly, let me give you some technical tips on how to implement the 555 and water affirmation technique. First, I focused only on one technique at one time. I didn't do both at the same time. I started with the 555 with a very focused intention. Use a very concise affirmation. Don't make it super long. And you can come up with your own thing. So it's okay to ask for a sum of money, but make sure that it's not something too outrageous that your subconscious mind have resistance to, like what I did in the beginning, asking for $10 million. In the Dreams Work channel, he talked about doing 5 times a day and 55 days. And personally, I prefer doing 55 times and 5 days. It doesn't matter. Important thing is you plant that seed in your consciousness, okay? And after you finish your 555 technique, you finish your 5 days, then you can move to the water affirmation technique. You can use that particular technique to maintain the result of your 555. Let me know what is the affirmation that you're using that's working very well for you. Let's share. And also, if you have any questions or problems picking an affirmation, let me know in the comment down below. And if you're new here, remember, you can always choose to live your dream life by choosing gratitude. And there is no way to gratitude. Gratitude is the way. I hope you'll consider subscribing and give this video a thumb up. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.